It all happened on a Sunday morning when everything about Eliana's life came to a standstill. She had it all, a heart full of love, dreams she believed in, and faith she held on to like a lifeline. But then, heartbreak came knocking, and nothing would ever be the same again. Sometimes life puts us at crossroads, and the choices we make change everything. He was the one she thought she would never be able to live without. And when he walked away, the world grew cold and doubt crept in. Could she ever love again? Or would her fate be enough to guide her through the storm? Some people say some destinies are written long before we take our first breath. For Eliana, it began on a quiet evening in her grandma's small living room. The oil lamp flickered, casting shadows on the wall as her grandma's voice carried the weight of prophecy. "Child," she said, "your life will walk through betrayal and through love. Both will make you, but both will save you." Eliana laughed nervously. She was young, full of dreams, her heart devoted to her church choir and her studies. Prophecies she thought were for stories, not for her life. But in the silence that followed, something inside her stirred, as though her spirit already knew. The very first time Eliana saw him was in church. He slipped in quietly, sitting in the back, his head bowed, his frame tall yet weary. His name was David. He was different, not polished, not rehearsed, but real. His smile was gentle, his eyes carried storms. And though they exchanged only a few words that day, Eliana felt something her heart had no defense against. By the second week, he was everywhere, helping the pastor fix a broken fence, carrying groceries for the elderly. Kindness seemed to be poured out of him. But kindness can be dangerous because kindness is easy to love. Soon the town began to talk. "That boy has a past. He was in a gang once. He brings danger everywhere he goes." Eliana tried to brush it off, but doubt crept in. She looked at David differently. His silence felt heavier. His scars spoke of battles she could not name. Still, her heart pulled closer, and with every prayer, she asked God, "Is this love, or is this a trap?" In order to protect Eliana, David kept her in the light, while he wrestled with shadows. At night, he took on dangerous work, a fist fight here, a sacred deal there, anything to pay off the ghost chasing him. He returned to her with bruised knuckles, a false smile, and empty reassurance. But lies, no matter how well intended, have a way of staining love. It was on a rain-soaked evening when the truth bled out. Eliana followed him, heart pounding, and saw everything. The men, they exchanged the money, the lies. Her world shattered. Tears blurred her vision as she confronted him. "You said you left this behind." David's silence was an answer sharper than words. And with that, Eliana walked away. Fate, once her anchor, felt like a weight she could no longer carry. In Eliana's heartbreak, someone else stepped in, Marcus. He had been there all along, a steady church member, admired by many, polished in every way David was not. Marcus offered comfort. He quoted scriptures softly and sweetly, held her hand when she cried, and painted himself as the safe choice. For a moment, Eliana almost believed him, but beneath his smile was something sharp. Marcus didn't want her to heal. He wanted to own her. David's enemy, on the other hand, were circling closer. Every step forward dragged him deeper into the past he had tried to bury. Meanwhile, Marcus whispered poison into Eliana's ears. "He will never change. God has better plans for you. You deserve me." And slowly, Eliana's heart hardened. Faith began to slip through her fingers like sand. She was drifting, not just from David, but from God. She once sang with her soul too. Marcus had long vowed that he was getting Eliana no matter what came his way. He was going to fight just anyone and anything in order to be with Eliana. One fateful night, as Eliana walked past the church, she heard voices inside. Marcus and another man. She paused and listened. Her blood ran cold after all she heard. Marcus was plotting, not to protect her, not to save her, but to destroy David completely. This then made sense to her why Marcus has never liked David and was always speaking ill about David. This was shocking to the core. Deep down, she knew Marcus was not the best for her, but going to the extent of wanting David out of the way completely was way above what she had imagined. Shock struck her heart. Betrayal burned like fire, and in that moment, she realized how far she had drifted. Eliana fell to her knees right there, tears streaming. She said, "God, I lost my way. Show me the truth. Lead me back." And for the first time in months, peace touched her spirit. After a moment of shedding tears, she knew she had to act fast to save the love of her life. David was ambushed that night, cornered by men who demanded blood, not money. He fought but was outnumbered. And just when darkness seemed ready to claim him, Eliana appeared. She appeared fearless and unshaken. She stood between him and the violence, her voice trembling but her faith blazing. "You will not have him. You cannot have him because he belongs to God now." Something broke in the men. They retreated like shadow fleeing light. And in that sacred moment, David dropped to his knees. "Eliana, I can't run anymore. I need God and I need you." The prophecy had come to full circle. In that moment, David realized he could not make it on his own. He could not fight these battles on his own. David surrendered his life that night, tears mixing with rain as he prayed for forgiveness. Eliana's heart swelled, not because he had won him back, but because he had fought her faith again. Marcus' schemes were exposed, his marks torn away before the church. And as for Eliana and David, their journey was not perfect. Their scars would remain, but their love was no longer built on sacred or fear or temptation. It was built on faith, on forgiveness, on grace. And so, hand in hand, they walk forward, not into fairy tale perfection, but into something far greater, a love written by God Himself.